It's a transfer episode. Are you ready? I bet you are. With these boys, I think that Salford can go very far. We'll start with an Englishman from Salford. You remember his name. Now let's get into things. When the intro, it's time to play the game. Are you ready? Nah. First player, please. Thank you. Oh, that's right. Fancy graphics. We're all over this. He's English, but who could it be? Peter Phillips, age 27, 5'11", and he's back. 3.6 million from Southampton. He makes his return to Salford. Current 3.5 star current ability, and his potential ability, well, it's the same. He's 27. That's what happens. But he's back, people, and I'm loving life. So here he is then. Peter Phillips. He's back in a Salford shirt. May well have, trailed that last episode. But, here he is, officially now. 3.6 million. His contract was up, but there were vultures all over the place. We had teams wanting him. Everton, Liverpool, both interested. I was like, no, he's mine. So we took him, and 3.6 million, he was mine. It was like the first refusal. I feel like we should have got him back. We sold him, of course, years and years ago for an astronomical fee. We've actually bought him back for more than that, and we don't get any sort of follow-up fee from that. That's just what he's asked now. So you can see there, 15.5 million is his value off the bat, and his stats are there to be decided. First touch, passing, technique, composure, vision. He's got it all. In that centre, that's where he'll play, in behind our two strikers. He's the first of our new front three. You'll find out about more of those later on. Next up then, can you see that flag? I'll give you a clue. It's Austria, and it's Stefan Weber. Oh my. Age 21 then, height 5'10". He's a box-to-box midfielder on loan from Juve. Current stability 3-star, and he's going to be consistent for me. You'll see from his stats in just a moment. His potential ability also 3-star, but he's well-rounded now, and that's what we wanted. So here he is then, Stefan Weber. Yes, he's called it. Is that why you've signed him, Ben? No, he's here because he's very good at the box-to-box midfield role. I joke, but you can see from the highlighted aspects, mentals, physicals especially, and a few technicals. Decent passing, decent tackling, will get up and down for me. Again, a squad player, but for a lone player who's 3-star, he'll do a fine job, and I'm pleased with him. He can also play as a defensive midfielder, so versatile. In he comes then. He won't be a starter, but he'll certainly play his part this season. Stefan Weber. Why am I doing it in French? Next up, we have a German. You can tell that the music, by the way, is associated to the country. Andreas Funkhouser. 22 years of age, 6'2" centre-back. It cost me 3.9 million from Leverkusen. Current ability 3.5 star. Potential ability 4.5 star. A player that I think we'll all enjoy, and I'm very excited to use. Let's take a look at him. Here he is then, Andreas Funkhouser. Actually, it's fun to say. It really is fun to say. 6.5 million in value already on £20,000 a week. Good heading, decent marking, good tackling. Obviously, will all improve. 22, and his potential ability is obviously higher than his current ability. So you expect some of these attributes to improve. Physically, very, very good indeed, and mentally looks good too. I'm excited to use Andreas Funkhouser. Next, okay, let's go to Italy. You can see here as it comes in, you can see it's Italian. Oh, slowly but surely. Formiga, another 22-year-old, 5'10", another central midfielder, costing me £4 million from Atletico Mineiro. He was originally Brazilian. He is Brazilian, but he's got Argentine. I've changed nationality. Italian split nationality, dual citizenship. So, current ability, 3.5 star. Potential ability, 3.5 star. But I think he could be the man for me. If we take a quick look here then at his stats, you can see physically good enough, mentally very good for a player of his age. Teamwork, vision, very good. Work rate stand out as well. Decisions, determination, things like that. All 15s and just what we're looking for really. First touch 14, passing 16, technique's okay, long shots are very good. So again, another central midfielder. Probably won't be a starter, but much like the goat, just showing you that there's two players that can come in and fill the roles that they're required to play. This one more of a playmaker than a box-to-box kind of guy. So yeah, Formiga, here he is, welcome him. £15,000 a week, bargain. Now then, earlier on, I mentioned we had a new front three. It's time to meet number 2. It's Alberto Seri. If you watch Parma drama, you'll know about him. He's 31 in game now, 6'5" target man, £3 million from Juventus, should win Parma. Current ability 3.5 star, potential ability, as you can see, 31, is 3.5 star. And he's back in my life. Oh, it's Seri. Let's take a look at him then. Here he is, number 14, Alberto Seri. Started his career at Parma, then had to go to Juve after the complications with Parma, who I should note have been promoted again, so their fight back into Football Manager begins. You can see Juve, he's done alright there. He's not done magical things there. You can see he's already played 3 games for me, 2 goals. He's back, people. Alberto Seri, 6'5" of target man. Great finishing, good first touch. Heading's very good. Penalty taking solid. We didn't have a specialist penalty taker. We've got one now. Physicality is a big part of his game, and mentals are pretty good for a 31-year-old. So yeah, you can see his under-21 record was ridiculous. Never capped for Italy. Can we make it happen now? I mean, we'll do our best. And his attribute graph, it's a love heart because he's got lots of love. There's one more. Right then, meet the Mexican that will send your hearts a shiver. It's Alejandro Salvador. Sandoval? I don't know what it would be. Age 22, 5'9". Goals is his position. He does lots of goals. He was a free transfer from Cruz Azul. Current ability, 3.5 star. Potential ability, 4 star. But oh my friends, he's so much more than that. Meet Alejandro Sandoval. I think that's how you say his name. He's the best free transfer I've ever made. Now, if you followed the drama on Twitter if you're trying to sign him, you'll know he didn't originally want £60,000 a week. No. I'll explain that now. You can see from his attributes, by the way. Let's just focus on that. 20 finishing, 20 determination, good work rate, off the ball, composure's very good, can run, solid pace. Now to his contract. Remember Mario Götze from Swindon? You don't? Well, let's re-go there. So you might look at this, you look at his bonuses, you go, Lottie bonus, goal bonus, quite big, but you know, you've obviously lowered his wage down a little bit. Let's switch our minds to the other side, the clauses. Minimum release fee, 42 million, standard. Relegation release fee, nothing. So if we go down, he leaves on a free. Sell on fee percentage, what, sorry? 50%? Yeah, how much is he worth? 28 million. So if you sell him, he gets half of that. Yes. So we could make 21 million from his own transfer. Yes. Me, Alejandro Salvador. If we look at his recent goals, 3 goals, 3 games. There he is. Thank you. Now let's meet the team in a little bit more detail. But before we do that, let's look at the outs. Oh my God. Okay, people. I'm going to level with you. We've spent 14.5 million. There's one more player coming in. You'll find about him next episode when we play. I'll probably play Burnley in the next episode. I figured we'd just keep this episode as transfers. We could make this a double upload day. Am I feeling brave enough to make it a double upload day? Do you want a double upload day? All right, 1,500 likes. Double upload day. There you go. Boom, bang, whoa, fireworks. I mean, I haven't got the graphics, but you know, imagine it. So you can see on the outs, plenty of players have left the team. Jack Partington has gone to Inverness. Rob Wellington's gone to Swindon. Marius has finally left us after 4 solid years. It was only getting worse, you could assume. In terms of goals, actually, his ratio last year was better than the year before. Provided to us some great moments. He was a player that helped us get promoted, and it will never be forgotten. But his time is to move on. You compare him with some of the players we've just brought in, he's not quite up to that standard. And as I said at last episode, you've got to remove the sentimentality from your minds and allow him to go and progress his own career at 23 years old. So we're doing that. With 2.5 star rating, it was time for him to move on, and he wasn't the only one. We'll cut straight to Renard. Renard's had a strange career with me. Again, another 2.5 star striker. We looked to bring him better and have done. Had the goal. We all remember the goal, don't we? Let's face it. Renard! There it is. And that's what he'll be remembered for. Remember, he was with us in the Championship as well after that loan spell. Was very good for us there. Had 2 years with us. We then bought him in. Sold him on a little bit of a loss, but he did a job for us. And I think that's important that we've had these players. Didn't cost us a lot of money. We're not making a massive loss on him. And he'll always be remembered as Miguel Renard! So out he goes. And again, he wasn't the only one. Julian Books left us for 7 million to Napoli. Central midfield, obviously, I've bought quite a few in, so I had to get one out. And in terms of finance, it made sense. £7 million to Napoli. Yes, I was fine with that. We make a little bit of a profit on him. Didn't sparkle for us, didn't score any goals for us, only 1 assist in 2 seasons. So not that sad to see him go, but I appreciate the work he did. The big one, probably, is Nathan Joshua, who leaves to go to Aston Villa on a free transfer. As mentioned, with me, he's on 17.5. You could have had that, you swine. Well, Nathan Joshua, 17.5Ks on Aston Villa. He wanted 30 from me, and I wasn't going to pay it to him. He was already on 9. I didn't want to triple his wage. But you can see him there. He was, again, a good player for us. Had some fantastic moments, scored some great goals. Didn't score a lot of goals, but he scored great goals. That's Nathan Joshua. And again, another 3 years with him. Bought him from Preston for 1.1 million. Certainly did a job. Helped us get to the Premier League. And yeah, again, it was just another one of those cases of time to move him on. Peter Phillips came in, and that was the signing we made and preferred going into the season. So, what does the team look like, Ben? What's going on? Okay, then. This is what we are now left with. Marky Parky's still here and will be our goalkeeper forevermore. Still has a 4-star ability and a hidden star. You can see getting better all the time. 20 years of age. Had an okay year last year. Not a great year. Hoping for a better one this time with a little bit of a better, more sturdy defence. Rekic, João Paulo and Funkhouser are a little bit stronger than what we had last year, I think. On the right side, Thomas is there for now. When Peter comes back, I'm hoping to get him straight back into the side. It's a shame that because of this injury, his development is being hampered, but hopefully he'll be back soon. 6 weeks, not too long. Speaking of returns, actually, Kendall Peters is 1 to 4 days away. His injury was between I think it was between 8 to 12 months. I mean, if we look at it here, actually, yeah, he's had 8 months out, and he just seems to be recovering a lot quicker than we expected, which is great for us. I thought it was going to be a little bit after this, but yeah, we won't get him straight back into first team football, but if we can get him back, a wonderful option off the bench. Worth noting, by the way, Jeff Thomas, Jim Nash, The Harp, and Andy Tannoy are still with us. They will feature very little this season, but they're still here in hope and spirit and mind. And speaking of Jeff Thomas, on that right side, Barry remains on the left side. Still got, obviously, options there. We've got Peter, and we've got, who else plays on the left side? Stefan Weber plays on the left side, of course. Formiga comes into the middle with Villalba, although Formiga may soon be replaced by somebody else who I'll introduce you to just before we end the video today. Peter Phillips just in front, and Seri and Sandoval up front, and loving life. So far this season, then, we've played a few games. We've beat QPR, we've beat Everton, we lost to Newcastle 3-1, which was a little bit disappointing. We're selling out, by the way, our stadium. We need a bigger one. We're getting a bigger one, as you know, but we need a bigger one. And we also beat Peterborough in the Capital One Cup second round. Now, next episode, I'm going to bring you the Burnley game and fill you in on the latest transfer, hopefully incoming. Needs a work permit, so it hasn't happened yet, but will happen next episode. Let's take a look at him. I've shown you him before, and I really want him. So we have to wait for a work permit. I think it happens tomorrow, actually, but we play a game in between them, and this episode's kind of transfer episode. You can see passing, technique, work rate, teamwork, determination, first touch, and he's 21 years of age. He's got everything. Diego Vidal is going to be the player to come into that midfield spot and lock it down. He looks very worried. I don't want to go to Salford. Anything but Salford. Please come to Salford. He's costing me a fair amount of, I would say a fair amount of money. We've had a few, I say that, like we've had a few bids for different players. Barry was subject to an £18.75 million bid, which I rejected out of hand. Mike Lenz still might move on to Kaiserslautern. In fact, I mean, there's some live action for you. Kostov keeps getting bids as well, but as a second choice keeper, Kostov has to remain. He's very good. I will happily see out his contract and get a new one in. That's how I've always worked with second goalkeepers, so that's what we're going to continue with. I feel a bit sorry for him, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. The only man now, at this point, there's one more thing to tell you about, and it's our Andy Backhouse, who I think is on the 21. Is he there? There he is. Andy Backhouse then, steadily and slowly improving. He's getting better at heading, marking and tackling. He was already quite good at those. Get better at the other ones. He's slowly progressing. Currently 2-star current ability. At some point this season, I will look to bring him into the first team and embed him into that. If he improves and continues to improve, still 18 years of age, he could be our man for many years, and I'm hoping that if we keep developing him properly, he will do. Too many times I let players come through the system, I ruin them, and then move them on. So hopefully that doesn't happen this time. But yeah, Andy Backhouse, that's the final little bit of information, and that brings us to the end of the episode. A transfer bonanza, ins and outs, and today could be a double upload day. This bloody hair, too long, too bloody long. Right then, folks, if you have enjoyed today's transfer episode, drop a like on it. As I say, 1,500 likes. If you want to see the new boys in action, we can have a double upload day. 2 games to come later on, and hopefully the signing of Diego Vidal, if he gets his work permit. If he doesn't, it's Yuri all over again in a weird way. Right then, with love, with care, me Dr. Benji. Until next time, I'll see you again very soon. Wow, that was a lot of information for me to say to you. I hope you got it all. Bye! 2 buys, too many buys. 3 buys, 4 buys. I mean, stop saying bye.